This will be my video demonstration of ClusterFuzz. So first I'll be going over a few things with my setup. This is my domain controller. I've added all of my virtual machines to domain 88cluster.ca. You can see them added here. And also to mention, I have my DNS records set up here, all pointing to the proper clients and failovers to use host names instead of just IPs for the cluster. If I go over to my FreeNAS, you can see it's got two interfaces. The 26 network is for storage, the 27 is for LAN communication. My failover 1, it has member of the domain and 3 NICs. Same with failover 2 and ClusterFuzz client. I guess we'll just go over the cluster real quick. So this is my ClusterFuzz cluster. The roles I've created for it is the one file access file server. That is what I have linked to the shared folder that I've made, $$ file access share, which I will be demonstrating later. My nodes, failover 1 and failover 2 connected there. My storage disks, I've got my file access, which is 10 gigabyte cluster storage, and my witness disk. The witness disk is here to act as a third member of the quorum, so I can prevent split brain happening with only 2 nodes, because them both failing over back and forth to each other would not be ideal. The network, I have 3 NICs set up. One is for LAN communication between domain members. The other is data for just connection between the 2 failover nodes, and storage to connect the nodes with the FreeNAS. To show the FreeNAS, this is the interface here on the pool status page. This is the RAID Z configuration that I've set up. So it's got 3 10 gigabyte disks all online here. And I also added a hot spare, which will replace one of these in the event of failure. I thought that was pretty cool how easy this was all to add. As for the rest of TrueNAS, I can go down here to the services and see I've enabled the iSCSI service and started it automatically on reboot. If I go to the configuration for the block shares, I've got this just pointing there. The pools or the portal is on the storage network for the FreeNAS, which is just kind of allowing the traffic through. My initiator groups, if I go here to the edit, you can see I've allowed the entire storage network access, as well as both failover 1 and failover 2. Authorized access, I have nothing here because I believe you mentioned not to use CHAP, so I didn't. The target, I created a target called storage target and some extents called the quorum extent and the storage extent, which I associated to the target here. As you can see, storage extent and quorum extent are both part of the storage target, which allowed me to connect failover 1 and failover 2 with the iSCSI initiator here, showing that they are connected to my storage target. I will also show real quick here. I go to this PC, there's the witness disk on there. Yeah, besides that, I don't think I really changed much else in the FreeNAS interface. Next, I will be demonstrating the actual failover working properly. So I will demonstrate that by going to my client and opening up the file share that I mapped to the network drive. There you can see file access share. This is accessible here, and here's just an ISO I used for TrueNAS. So I will copy it over into this shared file, go over to ClusterFuzz failover 1, and transfer it over to failover 2 midway through. So I'll just do that right now. As you can see, it's starting. Go over here, and I will move it to the best possible node. You can see it's stopping there, and now it's transferring over. And if everything goes to plan, a momentary dip there, and then it is continuing along at normal rate. I can even do that again. Best possible node goes from failover 1 to failover 2. It'll lag for just a moment. and then it'll pick right back up without interruption. And once that finishes, we can see TrueNAS is right there. I go over, I can go to this, go to cluster storage, shares, there's my file access share, and there's the TrueNAS ISO that I've just put in there on failover 2. That concludes everything for my ClusterFuzz demonstration. In this demonstration, I showed my RAID Z configuration and explained what the purpose of the disks was and the hot spare. I showed my networking. It's all on a single local network. No internet connections, no internet-facing IPs. My SMB share file there that I mapped to this network drive and showed it on my failover virtual machines. I also showed my cluster configuration with the quorum disk and explained its purpose, and the file access server role failing over to multiple times during one file transfer, which would simulate in a larger scale environment if even more than one file server went down, it would still pick up the slack elsewhere. Thank you for your time.